everyone, and welcome to Living in Faith. I'm your host, Giovanna Tardarone.
And I am your co-host, Pablo Sanchez. Hi, Gigi.
Hello, Pablo. How are you? Hello, everyone.
Mhm.
Um, Thank you for joining us today. We're going to be talking about faith that is viewed as a state of mind to get us motivated, right? And get into action. Both, Pablo, you and I both studied deeply with faith in the Napoleon Hill works. And he said, I never forget, he said, faith is the chemist of the mind, right? So let's dive into it, because when we get motivated, we have an inspired idea, we get motivated, and then we lose the motivation. Why is that?
Well, Gigi, I love this topic because for myself, motivation is really having an objective as to what it is that I want to accomplish. And every single day, we do need to have not just one objective, but many objectives. We need to have short-term objectives as well as long-term objectives. And there's nothing like it, like applying faith behind it. That ensures us that we're going to meet those objectives. Now, uh, I like to say, as you know, Gigi, that when I wake up with an objective, it's not something that I woke up with. I want this or anything like that. I don't see it that way. I see it as something that God put in my heart and something that my heart wants. Now, when that want, that need is aligned with God's purpose in your life, life is a lot easier. It's a lot easier. Things kind of just fall in place, and when they fall in place, you know that it's all from God. Now, they apply faith aspect with motivation, right? Motivation, I'm seeing as this is my goal. This is what I want to accomplish. Now, uh, one of the ways that you can accomplish that is through prayer, right? You can go through prayer. You can
Mhm.
go through prayer with everything and put everything in God's hands, and then just continue thinking about it, and it will work. Now, when it comes down to it in our everyday lives, we need to really sit down and work out a plan. It's like a business plan. It's a business plan. This is what I want to accomplish. What it is that I need to do to meet that goal, right? And you write it all down, and then the clear mission, the objectives of what you want to accomplish. You need to remind yourself of that, and then when you remind yourself of that, what you're going to do is really see yourself as already attaining it,
You're
right?
creating the beliefs, right? You're creating the beliefs that it's done, you're doing it, and you can have it, whatever it is that you want.
And
Accomplish.
that is the power of prayer. The power of
Yes.
prayer is faith, is really applied faith, knowing that I have tried it on my own. It doesn't work. So here I am. Here I am, Lord. I put it all in your hands. Now do work your magic. Do your thing. Do your thing, God. Here it is, and believing that He's the one that can do it all for you. And what I always say is that whatever goal you're thinking about, He has put in your heart, so that has already been created. So the faith behind it is really knowing that He's Almighty, that He has already created that for you. That's going to be put it in your heart, and then what you do automatically is you get into gratitude. By getting into gratitude, you're automatically saying, God, for me everything is impossible. That's why I'm here. I'm kneeling down here in prayer, putting it all in your hands because I can't do it, and He's going to do it now. It's not going to be in your timing. It is in God's timing. It's not going to be. He did not say it was going to be easy. You have to go through trials and tribulations for this whole thing, and that's what we call apply faith. Apply faith, but sometimes we lose that faith. We lose track of that, and we lose that motivation. Well, the reason why we lose it is because we need to understand this is a lifestyle change, if you will, right? Faith is really a lifestyle change, knowing that you stay focused on what it is that you desire, what it is that you want. That's the one that's motivating you. Once you keep focused on that, storms may come, and you just need to realize that all those things are just temporary.
So let's, yeah, I love that, Pablo, and staying true to that, you know, then we get inspired with ideas to take action, right? Because nothing happens if you don't take action. Knowing that it's already done, and then you're giving gratitude for it, now you get those thoughts on where you have to go, what you have to do, who's, you know, or the people you have to go talk to. All those ideas come secondary when you first apply the faith, because now you believe in something that is unseen. And this is what we've learned in, you know, all the studies. When we go into personal development, you have to believe in it first, and then it will be manifested through your action. You know, and it's co-creation, right? We don't do anything by ourselves, and we have to understand that everything we have in our life is a co-creation with God. Whatever you want to call it, the universe, you know, everyone has a different name for it. I respect that. We call it God, but nothing happens in our life. Nothing, not the job you got, not the house you got, not the family you have, nothing happened by yourself. And having faith and understanding that everything is co-creation, then we can receive so much more in our life. But we have to have that faith and take action. Nothing happens without action, right? We can't sit back. We get motivated when we understand that we're not alone.
The motivation is knowing that, you know, it's just it's not in my time, but it will come. It's having the faith that it's already done. You just have to go through the trials. It's all about how you pass the trials also, because what happens right here is God wants you to meet that goal. He sees you smiling. He wants you to smile. Meantime, you have the enemy. He's going to attack you. He doesn't want you to reach the goal because he doesn't want you to be happy. Okay,
Yeah.
so you're going to have a lot of distractions. The distractions are going to be reminders of all the things that you have tried in the past and things that did not happen. Okay, and that's a big thing that blocks you from moving forward. You know, it is
Limitations. You think of limitations, right? That you can't do this, and the outside world said, no, it's not possible. But, you know, to God, everything is possible. With God, everything is possible, right?
no.
So
It's really, you have to, in this case, we have to outwit the devil. We really do have to outwit the
absolutely.
devil. The devil is the one that's telling us we can't do this. He's the one that's reminding of things that we did 20, 40 years ago and why we can't do it. And the devil's going to convince you that God has not forgiven you and he's not going to let you have that. It's going to say that the goal that you're setting up for yourself is way too big. Now, I say to you, the same God that you pray for $300 more to get the rent, it's the same God that's going to give you the $30,000 a month, just as easy. It's the same God. It says, and you're, as you say, Gigi, you're not alone. You're not alone. God is with you. God is with you every single step of the way. And what you do is, when it comes to faith, you have to realize that you really have to realize that you're not alone.
I
God,
say that we're all connected to that infinite mind, right? Our mind is connected to the universal mind. And when you really embrace that, you release the stress and the fear, because you can't be in fear and faith at the same time. Like I say that over and over again. We have to choose one. And when you choose faith, then there's a knowing within your heart that everything's going to be okay, that you're on the side of receiving the good versus blocking, right? Because when you're in fear, we're blocking the good to come in. We cannot allow it to, because we're on the other side of the coin.
no, well, uh, everything I'm completely with you 100%. uh, just stick with the motivation part. The motivation is knowing that this is what I want. That's what's motivating me, and the one that wants to know, wants you to achieve those goals is God. The enemy doesn't want you to achieve those goals. The enemy is coming up with you with everything. So in order to motivate yourself, you have to stay focused. Stay focused on what it is that you want. And stay focused on that, and know that whatever the enemy is telling you, you have to really
Those
put.
are tests. Those are tests, aren't those? The enemies, you're being tested by things that oppose to what you really want.
See, now I'm learning a different language. See, my language now is you have to put on your armor, the armor of God. Your helmet. Your helmet is the one that helps you control your mind, and do not let any negative thoughts come into your mind. Stick with your positive thoughts. Positive thoughts being the light, the negative thoughts being the dark side. Saying you cannot accomplish this. That's not what we want. We want to stay focused on God, and then when we stay focused on God, we can accomplish anything. Right now it helps me to look at a picture. Now, the best picture that I can see is the one of the Good Shepherd. The Good Shepherd, I see God holding on to the sheep right there, and then you also see the flock. The flock is going down that way, and then you see the little one that looks to the side. The one that's looking to the side and is already seeing the grass being greener over here. Says, says as opposed to the big dream that you had over here. And he said, no, I'll settle for this. I'll settle for this. And then when you go that way, what happens is uh, it's not the right path. The enemy is the one that's tempting you. The enemy is the one that's putting all this and making all these illusions for you. He knows a lot of people they just fall for it because it's the easiest way. We do not want to work, but that's where the motivation comes into place. That the fact that we have to stay motivated by reading the word of God on a daily basis, and knowing that He's faithful, and whatever it is that you want will become a reality. And to me, motivation to me is having those goals. What motivates me every single day is that goal that I want to accomplish every day, what it is that I want to do. And you know very well, Gigi, what do we have to do with those goals? Put them in the mirror in front of us, put them on our phone right there. So every time we see them, we're reminded of what our goals are. And then when we're reminded about what our goals, whatever is happening to us right now, whenever the devil attacks us, if you will, you say, no, 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 no. God is more powerful than that. He wants me to have this, and this is what I want. That's what I'm going for. And that's it's really we have to create a way, a change, a permanent change. It may not just habits, but becomes a lifestyle of hope and faith that will knowing that anything that you want, you can definitely accomplish, because as you said, you're not alone. If if you have those great thoughts or great things that you want, they're yours already. It is your faith that makes them all a reality.
Yes, and you have to create the belief, right? And you have to change, at the subconscious level, because what we have there right now is a lot of limitations, and we need to reprogram our mind to really take on and honor the gift or whatever it is that you want, because it is a gift. I've studied that God will not give you something without providing you the resources to go get it, right? So if you have an idea that you want to become a singer and you put your mind to it and you practice, well, He's going to bring those people that are going to help you to create a song or whatever it is that you want to do. But He does not give you something that you cannot handle. He does not give you something that He's not going to give you everything you need to accomplish it. The only missing component there is trusting, having faith, and believing that it's yours, and you go after it no matter what. That someone just I was speaking to someone. He said, look at the horses, right? They put blinders on. Why do they put blinders on? Because like you said, you got to stay focused. Stay focused on what you want. Don't let the outside, opinions of others affect what you really want. And by doing that, you're honoring yourself, you're honoring God, and you're going to get whatever it is you need on His timing, like you said, right? On His timing. But it will come to truth if you are true to yourself.
Now,
Totally.
one a key component of everything that we're talking about right now is really what we know as having a mastermind. A mastermind is anybody that you surround yourself with. They have to be in agreement with what you want. They have to have the same focus as you. If you're surrounding yourself with friends that are envy of you and they do not want to see you grow, that's not the right thing to do. You want to see people that are going to support you. They're going to say, yes, Gigi, you can do this. Gigi, yes, this is definitely for you. I can definitely see you doing this. I know this because Gigi has been telling me that I know that I can do this. Before we start the show, Gigi tells me it is how it is. I have already done this, and I believe in her. And then the next, we just have a nice conversation over here. It is the most beautiful thing. So, one of the key components is really that the community, meaning the people that we surround ourselves with, they all have to believe in what it is that your dreams are, so they can motivate you to reach those goals. That's really what motivation is. The other thing is really prayer. Pray every single time. Pray, have a break, pray. If not just pray for yourself, pray for others. That's that when you get into service, be remaining humble. That's one of the best things that you can do. God sees all of your actions. He knows exactly what you want. Yeah. He knows what you know, the thoughts that He has put in your mind. So it's all good.
Yes, absolutely. So Pablo, we have to share this great information with our friends in Spanish. Are you ready?
Sí, estamos hablando de la motivación. Y digo que la motivación es un viaje que todos compartimos y cuando es la lucha para nuestros sueños. A menudo cuando nosotros tenemos metas, Dios es el que pone esas metas ahí para nosotros. Mientras tanto, el diablo, él no quiere que nosotros logremos nuestras metas, porque al lograr nosotros nuestras metas, nosotros vamos a estar felices y con esa felicidad nosotros vamos a estar radiando la luz de Dios. Eso es lo que va a pasar. Entonces el diablo quiere vernos a nosotros tristes, él no quiere vernos a nosotros llegando a ninguna meta de nosotros. Entonces, él quiere impedir todo eso. El diablo nos va a atacar por todos los lados. Va a decir que tú no puedes alcanzar esa meta. Esa meta es demasiado grande para ti. Y le va a dar todas las excusas. Le va a recordar de hace 20 años, hace 10 años, qué es lo que ha sucedido con usted. ¿Y por qué no puede hacerlo? Y le va a dar todas las excusas del por qué no. Entonces, la mejor manera de mantenernos enfocados en esa meta es de escribir nuestras metas, qué es lo que nosotros queremos, poner esas metas en nuestros espejos para cuando nos estemos en el baño, sea lavando los dientes, lo que sea, estamos leyendo nuestras metas, dándonos motivándonos nosotros mismos para qué es lo que queremos hacer este día. Y ahí uno se pone a pensar, a ver las metas pequeñas, cómo va a llegar allá. O sea, la primera es repitiendo lo que ustedes quieren hacer y siempre acordándose de eso. Es una buena costumbre de escribir esas metas en su teléfono. Yo creo que nosotros vemos el teléfono. Bueno, depende cuánto tiempo tengan, ¿no? Pero siempre uno está checando en el teléfono, sea para ver la hora o lo que sea. Pero en su teléfono le ve ahí tiene su meta. Si usted tiene su meta, usted va a estar enfocado en qué es lo que quiere hacer. Ahí viene otra vez. El enemigo no quiere que usted llegue a sus metas porque él le quiere ver a usted bien infeliz. Ahora, la mejor, una de las maneras de hacerlo es eh, leyendo nuestras Biblias, nosotros vemos la fidelidad de Dios. Y lo que yo veo, a mí lo que trabaja para mí es ver una foto. Una foto. La foto que yo me acuerdo bastante es la foto del buen pastor, en la cual Jesús le tiene a la ovejita en sus brazos. Y aquí, y lo que ve es el resto de las ovejitas están siguiendo a Dios. Y cuando le están siguiendo, si usted le sigue a Dios, Dios es la meta. Usted le sigue a Dios, usted puede alcanzar la meta. Cuando llegue a la meta, va a ser la persona más feliz. Ahora, si usted ve a eso, siempre va a haber la ovejita que le tiene en las manos, la ovejita que se fue por el lado porque pensó que ya, no, aquí la grama se ve más verde en este lado. Entonces aquí nada más, yo no tengo que alcanzar allá. Tal vez mi meta era muy grande y no era para mí. Me voy a quedar por acá nada más. Pero cuando uno hace eso, es una distracción que el diablo le pone a usted. El diablo le va a poner un poco de distracciones para evitar que usted llegue a su meta. Entonces usted tiene que mantenerse enfocado en su meta. Así yo estoy dando el ejemplo del buen pastor ahí, de Dios, sabiendo que Dios tiene todo. Ahora, si usted se mantiene enfocado de esa manera, usted va a llegar a sus metas, va a llegar a sus metas. La mejor manera de hacerlo es poniéndole todo en oración, pidiéndole a Dios. Cuando usted se entra en oración, usted está diciendo, Dios mío, yo he tratado 294 veces aquí de obtener ese nuevo trabajo. Yo sé que las 295 es cuando tú me lo vas a dar. Y uno dice, Dios, yo he tratado todo. Por favor, ayúdame. Te pongo todo en tus manos. Para mí todo es imposible, para ti todo es posible. Ahora, eso es una súplica y uno tiene que hacer esa oración con mucha emoción. Cuando lo hace con tanta emoción, Dios le va a escuchar. A veces es buenísimo quebrantarse ahí mismo, enseñándole a Dios con esa emoción que usted necesita esto. Usted necesita su salud, usted necesita ese nuevo trabajo, usted necesita ese compañero, esa compañera. Yo lo hice. Un fin de semana, yo estaba, ya me estaba divorciado más de 5 años y estaba cansado de estar solo, y un fin de semana hice bastante dinero y me llegué al apartamento, y cuando llegué al apartamento me quebranté, me puse a llorar, le grité a Dios, le peleé con él, le dije, ¿de qué me hace? ¿Para qué tengo todo este dinero si no tengo con quién compartirlo? Y me puse llorando y me quedé dormido así llorando con todo eso. Después de poco tiempo, Dios me mandó una señora y me dijo que me calme, que la persona que él tenía para mí estaba arrodillada pidiendo por mí, pero que ella todavía no estaba lista. Y ciertamente me calmé. Y después de poco tiempo, en agosto 2 del 17, le conocí a la Martita y soy el hombre más feliz del mundo. Quebrantarse en oración, pidiéndole a Dios, es una de las formas más rápidas que yo conozco y para obtener lo que usted desee. Para mí fue el amor, eso es lo que yo quería y eso es lo que encontré. Pero todo poniéndole en las manos de Dios, todo en oración, pidiéndole a Dios. Si usted se pone a orar en la noche y usted se va a dormir pensando en lo que usted desea, Dios en el sueño le va a dibujar a usted exactamente cómo va a hacer eso. Y usted cuando se levanta en la mañana está pensando en eso, y después cuando uno está con Dios, Cuando uno está con Dios, uno ve cosas que normalmente no la ve. No, Dios me trajo a mí a este local donde estoy ahora hace 18 años, pero yo no estaba con Dios. Dios me estaba diciendo, Pablo, ven acá, es un lugar profesional, no pagas impuestos, no pagas electricidad, no pagas nada, y está a 10 minutos de tu casa. Yo no estaba con Dios, yo no escuché nada de eso, no escuché nada de eso. Me fui por mi propio camino, me robaron, me pasó cosas graves, 18 años por allá solamente para regresar acá. Cuando vengo acá, yo noto que allá estaba pagando $8,000 al mes de renta, ahora pago solamente 5,000. Estoy 10 minutos de la casa, hay una oficina muy profesional, todo lo más lindo. Póngase, acérquese más a Dios y va a ver cómo su mente se va a desbloquear. Su mente se va a desbloquear y usted va a poder ver lo que Dios tiene para usted. Es la cosa más bella en el mundo. Dios tiene para cada uno de nosotros, Dios tiene metas para cada uno. Y nuestras metas van a ser, para poder verlas y escucharlas, tiene que estar con Dios. ¿Okay?
Beautiful. Yes, it's all about staying connected, right? Staying connected so that we continue to have the faith and achieve whatever it is we want. Faith is the main ingredients to everything that we do. So thank you, everyone. Final words, Pablo?
La motivación es nuestra fe. Nuestra fe es nuestra motivación. Que Dios nos bendiga. Gracias. Thank you, Gigi.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Until next time, I'm your host, Giovanna Tardarone.
I am Pablo Sanchez.
Thank you. And see you next week. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.